And welcome back to the third part of this tutorial. Okay, now what I want to achieve is, you see, when I select any of the components here, I want the system to actually populate all the content in here. So I'm going to start by just exiting out, and let's come back in here and double click on that combo box, this very one. Double click on it. Let's press enter. I'm going to use an if statement. If cmb pro.id, let's double click on that. If that, let's say dot text, if is equals, first of all let me go for the select. If is equals select pro.id, I want the following to happen. So I'm going to grab hold of the content of the reset button. Yeah, here, right here. Let's get hold of the name of the reset button, just this one. Copy that and paste that right in here. And I'm going to delete all of this. Delete this. So what's happening is I'm just calling the reset. I just called the reset button itself. Else, grab a hold of everything here and let's take care of the else. Okay, if the product name, if that happens to be, first of all let me go in there. I need to know the product name. Go to the properties, and here I'm going to select all of these, copy back in here. Let's paste the names underneath here or somewhere here. Okay, if this is equals to this, cut that off and paste this here. That's the first one. There. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the others. Then I put in the conditions. Copy. I have 4 more. 2, 3, 4, I believe. No, 1 more. Okay, the next condition is this one. Cut that off, paste that in here, and this, paste it here, and we have this other one. Cut, paste that here, and finally the last one. Cut that off, paste it right here. Okay, now let's enter what we want the system to do. So get rid of these. In that case, I want LBL cache. Let's say the text, that will be equals whatever you enter. There we go. That is the cost. There. And enter semicolon here. The next one is going to be LBL. That is out of stock. The text out of stock will be up to, let's see, about, maybe when we have about 5. And we have LBL reorder. Reorder level. The text as equals dot text. Reorder level will be, let's say if we have 30 left, then we have to reorder. Then let's see, LBL stock level. And the stock level, let's make that approximately, let's go for 400. Yeah, can put that in a bracket as well though. Okay, what about the description? Description, the text, that will be equals. So something to do with white, green. That's the description of the product. LBL product name. Okay, we can just call that maybe dot text, that is equals maybe rice, something like that. We have the product name in place. And what about LBL item ordered? That would be rice as well. Item ordered. Grab all of that and paste it here. LBL number of item. I'll be around 30. Then let's say once you select that, we want txt number of order dot focus. Yeah, want the mouse to get focus right inside on that text box. And let's say LBL reorder date. Reorder date dot text, that will be equals BTP dot text. There. So that is fine. So the next one, we also want the other dates. There's some more dates in there. LBL date ordered. There. LBL valid from. We can just put this as well. That's it. Okay, that's the very first condition. So if I run it now, let's see, I run that. Let's see how this condition look like. If it works fine, I just need to copy and paste, then change it around. Let's see, it's coming up now. Okay, there we go. Select that. Oh, I think I still need to change one or two things in there. Come back in here. I think I must have made an error there. It's not working. Let's check the others. Let's see. Alright, let's check. Whoa, in the first place, there's space in here. In the second place, the code is on the wrong. Okay, that's no problem. So this code should have been up here, but that's okay. I can always get rid of this and just copy and paste. Then we change it around. Copy, paste. Okay, and that is how the codes look now. I've changed it all for each conditional statement in there. Alright, so we're gonna now run it. You guys see how that looks like. There, so click on run. Okay, decision time. There, that is fine. Next, and there we go. Alright, so all of that is working fine. Now let's take care of total. So with the total, I want to be able to add up everything and at the same time add up whatever I have in here or deduct whatever is in here from here and get the result here. So let's end that, and I'm going to double click on the total button. Double click on that button. Okay, this is where I'm going to enter the total, but there's something I should have shown to you guys. Let's come straight to the form here. You see right here, I'm going to base the total calculation on the discount. So you see inside the discount properties, look, I have 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that is what my total will be based on. So let's go back to total here. So in here, I'm going to use a conditional statement again, but before then, let's declare the following variable. So I'll call the very first one for tax. I'll call that I tax. M, let's go for J, P, and let's say sub. I'm also going to need Q, R, and T. There, those are the variables I intend to use. Okay, let's do this. Now, if CMD discount, let's see, might as well type it all now, dot text, if that is equals 0, I want M, that will be equals, let's say double hash, and what are we passing in there is going to be LBL cost dot text. Okay, whatever value I have inside the cost is now passed on to M right there. Now let's do the same thing for variable J. J equals whatever value I have on the text box. So let's copy all of this and just dump it in here. And this will become the text box. And that is going to be TXT number of order. Right. Now let's come down here and say tax. That will become M multiplied by J. And the tax rate, let's say 7, let's say multiply by 7.5, and we divide that by 100. Now, for it to work as we want, let's cover this again, and this. Then we'll cover this. Yep. Now, we want this, and we need a semicolon here. Okay, let's get the tax on board. Let's say the tax, that's LBL tax dot text, that will be equals, let's say string column, we want to get it format, and that is going to be equals as follows. Let's say we want that to show me some pound sign, so we come in here and say 0, that should be 0, and that would be C2, that will give me 2 decimal place, and here we enter tax. Right, yeah, that will do it. Let's see. Okay, going to enter semicolon in there. Let's put this tax in its own area there. Okay, now let's say LBL subtotal. That would be, let me grab hold of all of this. Let's grab hold of everything here, paste it in here. And subtotal will become M multiplied by J. M multiplied by J, that's subtotal. Now, let's come in here for LBL total. Paste. In the case of total, we actually need to add as follows. Let's say we grab hold of this, paste that there, and just a plus. I think that will do it. Yeah, that should do it. Okay guys, let's try this out. Let's click on run. Alright, so I'm going to select this one, and the discount is 0. So let's enter some value in here. Click on total. There we go. See that? It's working. So reset, exit out, and let's just copy this now for 5. Copy, paste. So in the case of 5, enter 5 right there. Alright, so with the 5 we need to do one or two things with the 5. And so to get the 5% discount, I'm going to come right underneath here. Enter variable P in there. I'm going to put P equals. Let's get hold of all of these. Paste that in here. And I will then multiply this by 5. Okay, so come right here, just multiply that by 5. Alright, so that's fine. Then we add everything inside P. Okay, that's alright. Now we need to deduct whatever we have in P from the subtotal. So let's say minus P right there. Okay, that's minus P, and what else do we need to do? See, right here inside the total, I also need to deduct that from total. I can do that here though. So let's enter a bracket here. Minus P, close that bracket. Let's see what's gonna happen with 5. I'm gonna run it. Okay, decision time. Enter something in there. And let's say we have about 90 there. That is for 0 discount. 5. Let's keep an eye on here. Okay, I think we have something changed. Let's go back to 0 discount, 5% discount. Yeah, that's fine. Now let's copy that and repeat the same thing for 10% discount. I'm going to grab hold of all of these. That is for 10. This changes to 10. And here that will be 10. Now that would be for 15%, and this will become 15. Now let's go for 20. This will become 20%, and here 20% as well. And finally 25% there. Okay, save that, run. Okay, decision time. Let's select whatever product. There, 0%, 5%, 10%, 15%, that's good, 20 and 30, oh no, 25. There we go. That's working how we expect it to work. Now there's one more thing. See, I need to be able to calculate this or deduct this from this and get the answer here. Now let's come back in here, right underneath here. I'm going to make use of those other variables up here. These three variables now. I did not use sub variable anymore. I may have to delete that. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to start by, let's say, Q, that is equals, let's say double, and what goes in there, let's say double, copy this, paste that in there, and that's going to be BTN, no, LBL, stock level. That's the dot to text. Now let's do the same thing for R. Grab hold of all of this, come down here, R, that's for R. In the case of R, this is going to be txt number, paste that there, that is R. Now to get the total answer, now let's say LBL remainder dot text, that will be equals, let's say convert column to string, and what are we converting? That's going to be R minus, no, Q minus R. There, that's taken care of. Alright, but we also want this thing to display something in LBL action. So in that case, let's just say if T is less than and equals to, let's say maybe 5, then we want LBL action dot text, that will be equals, we can just say order more products. There. Okay. And we can say else, no order required, something like that. Paste. No order required. There. So that takes care of that. Let's run it and see. Okay guys, decision time. Enter whatever in there and click on total. Let's give it some percentage. The name, let's say the name is Dave South. address South End Road. Okay, click on total. There we go. That's fine. So all that is left for us to do now is to be able to add everything straight onto this table, and at the same time add it straight onto my database. So let's exit out, reset exit, yeah. Go back to total. Right underneath the total, that's where I'm going to enter the instruction for the database, right underneath here. So come right here and just enter some line there. This will be for database. Insert into database. Insert into or onto database. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so right in here I'm going to start by using try catch. Let's say try. We don't have to open up the database. Okay, let's enter my cache statement in there, and that is going to be, that will be EX there. And let's enter statement block in there and just say message box column show, and that will be EX dot message. There we go. Okay, now because I'm going to get if there's any problem, I want the database to close. So let's say we close the database as well. Dot close. Alright, you see where we have try. Let's start by first of all opening the database, but I might as well just copy the whole lines of code here. I already have it here inside my declaration here. So let's come into this function, just grab it up to right here. So it's going to be select. No, it's going to be insert. So I'm going to copy that. Let's go back into my total. Come right down here, double click on total, and right underneath. So right in here, paste that there. And here, that's going to be insert into I schools. And what am I inserting into I schools? The first is going to be product ID that I can remember, ID. And the others, let me open up my database right here. Let's go to design view. The next one is product name. Just how the name is written, that's how I'm going to have to call it. So next is, let's say, product name. Then we have description, comma, have description there. What else do we have? Stock level and reorder level. Just like I said, I'm going to add the database to my description area. So, and followed by reorder level, comma, reorder level. And I'm just going to speed that up and get back to you guys shortly. All I'm just doing is calling all of the components that I have in here, the fields actually that I have in here. So I have out of stock. So enter out of stock here. So say comma, paste that in there. I'm going to enter comma, speech mark. Let's enter a plus sign and come to the next line. Okay, so I've just carried or I can do that here. Let's say carriage return here, comma, speech mark, press enter there, and let's put a plus sign here so that you guys can see it. Now here, enter that and continue with the others. So you then have number of order, copy, paste, comma, cost. Okay, out. Then reorder date, copy, and here we just enter cost, comma, reorder date, and so on. So I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys shortly. Okay, we now have all of the data from my database here. It's now right here. Now we now need to enter every single components here. Like we have product ID, so here I'm going to grab hold of product ID, back into my code here. So right underneath, enter product ID dot text, and that will be plus speech mark, apostrophe, comma, apostrophe as well there, and plus. So that's the first one. The next one is going to be, okay, I can just copy the whole lot from my reset button. So let's go to my reset. Now just modify it. Come in here, the reset, double click on reset. That is everything on the resets. Grab hold of that and get it modified. Yeah, copy that. And let's look for total right underneath here. Yeah, paste that here and modify it. Copy and paste there. So I'm going to just speed that up and get back to you guys there. Alright, so it's all ready now. So finally what I then need to do is come down here and just say cmd dash, or that's going to be execute non-query. That's fine. Then I'm also going to enter a message box. So let's just grab all of message box that will at least say something to the user. Maybe grab all of this, and I also close. Yeah, so grab all of that, come right down here, right underneath here, enter a message box, and this message box we just tell the user if they have successfully logged in or not. So let's just say record saved successfully. There we go. Yeah, that's good enough, and close it. And finally, let's say data view. There we go, data viewer. We have to call that. That is the name of the function. Okay, so that is that done. I think that's the end of my program actually. That's good, no error so far. And now I'm going to run it. So let's click on run. Okay, now decision time. Let's come in here, select anything and enter how many we want. and right here add a name. Let's say the name is Paul Ullman. Let me enter my title, Captain Paul Ullman. Yeah, why not? And number 1, God's son, place. London. Okay, and here, do I have any discount? I have about 15. And here, we need to get this one right. That should have been sales on, yes or no. Okay, that's no problem. And here, there. Okay, click on total. Let's see. Successfully. Record saved successfully. There we go. So let's come in here and see. Let's check that out. The names. Let's go for the names. Right there. Has it. Captain Paul. There we go. So the system is working as we want. That is fine. So all I just need to do is, you see here, I just need to change it to is on sales or not. But before then, let me check my database. If it's right there on my database, let's look for the names. Right there. There we go. That's it. We've saved it safely on the database. That's good. So before I call it the end of the project, let's exit out and take care of that very one. And come right here, select this, open the properties, and that is the properties there. So it's meant to be on sales and no sales. Let's start with no sales. Item on sales. There. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's run it one more time. Run. So let's select whatever product in here, enter how many we want, enter a name there. So let's say the name is John Johnson. IG and so on. And here, VAT, yes, debit card, and paying by MasterCard. Address of John Johnson. So let's say he lives in number 10, Kuwaiti Lane. There. All we then need to do is click on total. Just for you guys to see, there's nothing about John Johnson here. Check that out. There's no John Johnson here. Go back in there and just click on total. It's successful. There we go. Let's come right here. You should be able to see something about John Johnson. And let's see. There we go. Let's see, John Johnson. There we go. Look at John Johnson right there. 10 Kuwaiti Lane. And now let's have a look at our database. We should be able to see John Johnson right in there. Right underneath here. Where's his name? There we go. And John Johnson right here. Okay, that's fine. We can close the database. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it. And please do subscribe to my channel. And you can also join to become a member of the channels. If you're a member, there's a lot of benefit. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.